Good morning. My name is Michael Leeserman here with the Trial Guide's tip of the day this Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Today's tip comes from Changing Laws, Saving Lives: How to Take on Corporate Giants and Win by Randi McGinn. And here to read today's tip is Randi McGinn. Thank you for being here this morning, Randi.
Thank you for having me, Michael. Good morning.
Good morning.
Should I go ahead?
Please.
Okay. Many lawyers cope with their fear of jury selection. That's the time in trial that they are most out of control by doing all the talking. The more you talk, the less you learn. Ask your question, then be quiet and listen to the answers. Do not explain things to them. Let them explain things to you.
I love this tip. I hear people all the time say things like, oh, I should have been a lawyer. I love to argue. And I wish we could change that to no, I'd love to be a lawyer. I know how to listen. It's so undervalued and so important. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. And probably the best analogy is when you're on a first date with somebody and you're so nervous that you just keep talking and talking and talking. You realize at the end of the day, you don't know anything about the person at all because you've filled up the air with your own words because of your nervousness. And the same thing is similar for lawyers. They get to the end of jury selection, look out at the jury pool, and realize they haven't talked to half or more of them because they've filled up the courtroom with their words. And it starts with even at the very, very beginning, where lawyers do these long intros to jury selection. This is voir dire, and that means to tell the truth, and blah, 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 blah. And they're just talking for 5 or 6 minutes, explaining all this stuff as a way to get over their nervousness. And you just got to jump right in. And it's I guess the best advice is it's jury selection is not about you. Okay. It's about finding out and gathering as much information as you can in the time that you've got allotted. And it's a big mistake to think that you can talk jurors out of their beliefs. What you want to do is find sort of the case-killing beliefs that jurors have. And then once you find them, don't argue with the juror. You just say, okay, I know to strike that person, and move on to find other people who think the same way that they do. And don't try to argue with the jurors. Just say, oh, look, I appreciate you telling the truth. And that's probably the hardest thing when some juror gives you some zinger that just kills your case. They say, oh, I hate trial lawyers because they're all ambulance chasers. And it's taken me years to perfect the response that is, thank you for telling me that. And to really mean it, because inside you're thinking, because now I'm going to strike your ass off the jury. Am I allowed to say ass in these morning talks? I don't know.
You just did. That's fine.
All right. And then, because if you don't get those poisonous attitudes out, they're going to go take them back to the jury room, of course, and kill your case. So you've got to just shut up. And when they give you some bad answer, don't talk them out of it. Say thank you and really mean it, because otherwise they would have sat on your jury and wrecked your case for you.
So much there. Jury selection is not about you. In fact, the trial is not about you.
True.
Some other wisdom is get right to it. Lawyers have this wind up. Maybe if you want to do a good morning, fine, but even that might not be necessary. Get right to it.
Yeah, no, and I say this is whatever it is. This case is about a dangerous semi truck. So whatever it is, you put that in your first 30 seconds, and you say, have any of you ever had any experience with semi trucks on the highway? You just jump right into it so that you get them talking right away.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning, Randi. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. If you've not read Randi's book, Changing Laws, Saving Lives, it's truly special. It has nuts and bolts, and it has something much more important, which is really heart and motivation for yourself and for jurors. So if you don't have this book, go out and get it. Thanks again for being here, Randi.
Thank you, Michael.
Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive this Tuesday. May the work that we do today help reduce suffering in our lives and the lives of our clients, and help reduce suffering in the world. May the work we do today help repair the world. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients and champion their stories. May we do so coming from a place of love. It's possible and actually very effective to come from a place of compassion and love, not from a place of hate, and be a badass trial lawyer with great results. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you, wake up. It's Tuesday. Go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.